What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Hey, y'all. It's your girl, it's your sis, it's your cousin, it's your homie. It's me, your hood cook, Rita. So glad to be back on. This is my first video since I was struck by the flu bug almost a week and a half ago. It kept me down, y'all, and I am not all the way well, but I am better. I am up doing my normal things. For the last 3 days I've been up, so I'm gonna do a quick vid. It's a vid that someone had asked me to do, and I have to do this for a potluck tomorrow. So I said, well, I'll do a quick vid since I'm not cooking tomorrow, Sunday, which I normally usually do. We're having our church fellowship luncheon tomorrow, and I was asked to do baked beans. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But first, before we get into all of this, if you're new here and it's your first time clicking on a video, welcome. So glad to have you here with me today. And if you're one of my longtime subscribers and you've been rocking with me and you've been growing with me since day one, you know I love you. Let me do you a heart. Let's see. Do they look like a heart? Oh, that's a heart. It's ugly. I have short fingers, but you get it. I love you guys so much for rolling and rocking with me. And what are you going to need for these baked beans? Of course, you're going to need some Bush baked beans. Before we get into it, you guys, go ahead on and give me a thumbs up. You know you're going to love this video. You always like my videos because I am so sweet and so nice and so wonderful. And my food is so good. Hearts flying everywhere. Yeah. So, go ahead on and do me a thumbs up. Go ahead on and like. Go ahead on, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead on and subscribe. Get all that stuff out the way now so we can get into these baked beans, baby. So the kind of baked beans that I'm going to be using is these Bush grilling beans. This is their Southern Pit barbecue. And I'm going to be using ground beef. I'm going to be using a little bit of bacon, some onions, bell pepper, and celery. You know that's the Holy Trinity of cooking, right? Yes. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Holy Trinity of cooking. I'm going to be using some brown sugar, some mustard, some ketchup, some Worcestershire, some BBQ sauce. So let's get right on into it. I've got a pan getting hot right here. It's got a little bit of olive oil in it. What I'm going to do with this pan is I'm going to go ahead on and saute my onions, bell pepper, and celery. Let me get me a spoon. Okay. Going to get that all sauteed up and translucent. Okay, let's see here. I got this stuff on my little Texas size cutting board, and honey, I am trying to make it stay on here. So this is a half of a large yellow onion. This is a whole medium-sized bell pepper and about 2 whole stalks of celery. And then I have about 2 or 3 slices of bacon that I have cut up that I'm going to also put in here, but I'm going to let these vegetables saute for just a minute first. Okay. This already smells so good to me. I love the way onions, bell pepper, and celery smell when you saute it. Okay, let's see, can I get this way, get the rest of this off of here without making a mess. And then I want to put my bacon in there now. You could, if you were using bacon, you could go ahead on and put it in with this, because all I want to do is get a little saute on here. Okay. See what your view look like. Let's go down just a little bit. Okay. Just want them to get a little sweaty, get a little, you know, translucent, and that's all we want to do. I have about a tablespoon of oil in here. Okay. I have it on medium high, and all I'm doing is just getting a little sear on these vegetables. Nothing hard. Okay. Sear, baby, sear. I'm gonna put me a pinch of minced garlic in here. This is optional. You don't have to do that. I'm just gonna do that because, you know, I just like that taste with those three together. So I'm gonna just squeeze me a bloop in there. Let me get me a bloop down there. So just a bloop, okay? That's it. Okay. Smells good. Just want them to sweat, get soft. Okay. That's all we're doing here with this. Next, I'm going to add my bacon to this. And I'll do the same thing, just let it cook. Put some of that fat down, render that fat down. Okay. These are also going to cook up some more. I'm going to get that little string out of there. That's one thing I hate about celery. Those little strings. I don't care how much peeling you do, you still end up with some of those little strings in there. Okay. You could also put some jalapenos in here, but because I'm making this for the church, I don't want to make this too spicy. But you could also do that at this point. Okay. Now I'm going to put this bacon in here. You don't want a whole bunch of bacon, and all this is just three slices of bacon that I just cut up into these little squares like this. Bacon is not the main show, you know, the beans are the main show. But putting this bacon, this little bacon in here, really gives the beans a really good taste. Okay, so y'all have seen my cutting board before, I think. This is my Texas size cutting board that my sister got me for my birthday present. Y'all see that? It's got every place in Texas on it. Y'all see that? Ain't that cute? Back to the food. Alrighty, back to the food. Okay. And all you want this bacon to do is just render this fat down a little bit. It's also going to be cooking when it goes into the oven. So this ain't about getting and I don't want it fried up like, you know, crispy, but I want it cooked, okay? You could also, y'all know I'm not opposed to this at all, use bacon bits. I just didn't have any, so I used some real bacon. But I'll throw some bacon bits in this mix in a minute. And you get some good ones, like that's made of real bacon, not imitation bacon. You can't tell the difference. And I really prefer them because they're kind of already crispy a little bit. And then you just get them mixed up with your veggies, your holy trinity, and it makes for a very good taste, okay? Okay. That's all you gotta do. So now you see that it's cooking up just fine. Now I'm gonna move this over to the side a little bit, and I'm going to add my ground beef. My ground beef, I think, is probably about a pound of ground beef. Maybe, I'm not sure, I didn't look at it. But if you're doing more than 2 cans, you need at least a pound of ground beef, okay? I think this may be a little over a pound of ground beef. And I got a really good ground beef, like I think this is a 90-10 or 80-20 or something like that I got from the store. Okay, and I'm just gonna add it right in this skillet. Okay. Now I'm gonna season this with some salt, some pepper, and some garlic powder and onion powder. Y'all know those are my 4-1s. And you know what I use to make stuff pretty? Parsley. I may not need parsley today. We'll see if she'll make an appearance. Y'all know I love me some parsley. Let me give me some salt, pepper. Okay, so I have some salt, some pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder that I'm just going to put right in here in this skillet. I'm almost out of that, so we're just going to go ahead and use that one on up. Move it out the way. That's onion powder. A little salt. Some black pepper. And some garlic powder. There we go. Okay? All we're doing now is just letting this beef brown. Chop it up. I like it little bitty. Sometimes I take my potato masher and I mash it up, but this is some pretty easy meat. It's not a lot of meat either, so I can get that chopped up look, you know, consistency that I want right here with this little wooden spoon. I already got my oven on 400 degrees. I'm gonna be baking this, and the reason why I'm making so much, you guys, is because I'm even though we're having the luncheon at church tomorrow, we get out of church so early to the point where by the time we come home, get undressed, take a nap, tomorrow evening we'll be looking at like, what did we eat? I'm hungry, you know. So around 7, we'll be ready to eat again. We get out of church about 11:45. We eat lunch about 12 to about 1, and then we're at home and we got the rest of the evening. So I always cook a little something. So tomorrow, because I had to make these baked beans, I'm just going to incorporate all this together now, you guys. Because I had to make baked beans, I said, well, I'll just make some pulled beef. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking a roast that I'm going to season, and I'm just going to put it in my crock pot and just let it go all night. And tomorrow I'll come and pull it apart, put me some barbecue sauce on it, eat it with the beans, some chips, and let that be a day. It's kind of mild for me for a Sunday, but hey, we be done ate chicken and all of that stuff. I think when we having fried chicken, we're having pasta salad, we're having baked beans, we're having 2 desserts, a cake and something else, and let's see what else. What else did I see on that list? We got a lot of food, and it's not a lot of us there. We have a small congregation, so we'll be plenty full. We'll probably have some to bring home. So that's why I'm not cooking no serious stuff tomorrow. So, and like I said, that's all this is doing. This is just cooking up. Where I'm gonna finish cooking this up, and then I'm gonna turn you guys. I'm gonna drain this, and then I'm gonna turn you guys to the pan that we're gonna be putting everything in. Be right back, okay? Okay, hey everybody, I am back. These are my beans in my casserole dish. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you guys, I am cooking 6 cans of these beans, okay? So you will not be using as much product as I'm using. I would say that whatever I'm doing, you just half, okay? So like I'm gonna put a whole cup of brown sugar in my beans. You would probably have about 3 cans of beans, 2 or 3 cans of beans. So you put a half a cup, okay? So I'm gonna be putting a whole cup of brown sugar in these beans, okay? Break it in there. I usually wouldn't even measure it out, but I want to give you guys some kind of guidelines to go by, you know, when I'm trying to cook for you guys. Okay, so that's a whole cup of dark brown sugar. I'm going to be using some ketchup, probably equivalent to about, I would say a half a cup. So you probably would need like a 1/4 of a cup or something like that. But I'm going to use a half a cup of ketchup, okay? So we have a whole cup of brown sugar. We have a half a cup of ketchup, okay? Get that sugar out of there. Yummy. All right, and then I'm gonna be using a half a cup of spicy barbecue sauce. You can use all of these elements. You can use some of these elements. But if you use all of these, I'm telling you, you have some boss baked beans. Will not nobody be able to tell you nothing about these things. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to use some good old yellow mustard. And I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. So that means you use 1, right? I didn't even get that out good. But anywho, you get it. Let me get something small so I can get all that mustard out of there. I need that mustard in my life. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to give it a little kick again with some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. You use 1. Unless you're making a big one. Now if you're making a big family thing like this, you just make it just like I'm making it. Okay? 2 tablespoons. Alright? Alright, got that in there, got that in there, got that in there, we got that in there. Okay, now I'm gonna add my meat with my bacon and my Holy Trinity in there. My onions, my bell peppers, and my celery. Okay. Alright, we don't want to knock nothing down. Alright, and then I'm just going to mix this all up, you guys. Okay. And sometimes people don't want the actual, I've heard people say that they don't like the bacon in there. I've seen people bake the casserole, the beans, with the raw bacon, just with strips on the top, and then they just remove the bacon and let that grease be in there instead of the actual bacon. I like the actual bacon in mine, so you know, you can't go wrong. Bush's baked beans have a lot of flavor already to them. That's why I like to use them. But you know, you can always take your food to a second level by just adding some simple ingredients, you know. Always, once we get this all stirred up, I'm going to taste this and see if I want to add anything or if I'm pleased with the taste. These will bake about 45 minutes, and I will show you guys the final results, and then I'll be splitting this up, and I'll be taking half to church and leaving half at home. So we'll have something to eat with our pulled beef sandwiches. I don't know if you guys have already had a chance to look at the video on the that I did on my daughter's birthday cake. That was my first decorated cake, and I'm telling you, we ate that cake to the bone. We did not leave any. It was so good, you guys. And I used my trick on my vanilla cake that I used with all my box. It was a box cake. It was super moist, super delicious, and super flavorful. But I don't know if you remember in one of my videos, the poke cake video, and I was telling you guys, if you're using a box cake, that if you have a Jello pudding, a pudding mix that's in that same flavor, if you put that in that cake, like I was doing a vanilla cake, and I used the vanilla pudding in there, and it just makes it taste so homemade. Okay, I'm gonna give these a little taste. Okay, let's see what I think about these. These are very good. I'm gonna put a little bit more mustard in here. Just for some kick. And some more BBQ sauce. So that's about 2 more tablespoons. Start with yours with the directions that I gave you guys, and then decide if you want to put any more in there. Okay, you guys? I don't want you to get anything that's too spicy, too sweet, too anything. I'm missing my kick of spice in here. I would normally do something with a little bit of spice, either some jalapenos or something. But, you know, when you're cooking for a crowd, you have to keep that in mind. Dietary restrictions and stuff like that. That's why I'm not using a lot of salt and stuff like that. Because I want to be respectful, okay? Okay, so I think this might be it. Let's see. One more taste. Get another spoon. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it needed. Just a little bit more mustard to cut through that sweetness. The beans are already sweet. You're putting some additional sweetness in there with the brown sugar. So make sure you balance that sweet out with your mustard, your spicy barbecue sauce, and your ketchup, okay? Okay, you guys, I'm gonna put this in the oven, and the next time you see me, it'll be ready. See you soon. So hey y'all, I'm back. And I have prepared these baked beans. They are done. Give them a little step. They are delicious. Oh, see there? Yum. They are done, y'all. Smoking hot. Like I said, I have a ton of them, and like I also said though, these are going to be split into 2 crock pots, and they are going to go to the it's going to be split between the house and the church. And these were easy. I actually decided to cook them on 325 degrees for 35 minutes instead of cooking them up high, because I didn't want the beans to get hard or burn, and that was just perfect. They are not dried out, they're not too thin and wobbly. They turn out really good, you guys, and the taste is off the chain. So that's it for me, you guys. Let me turn y'all around. I haven't seen y'all in so long. Let's see. Hey you guys. Hey y'all. I just want to say hey, and thank you for watching this video. As you can see, I'm still barefaced, and y'all know I don't care about getting all glammed up. I'm just on here cooking. It's a Saturday. I'm in the house, Ain't no use to me putting on no lipstick and no hair, because that ain't what I do at my house when I'm cooking and when I'm eating. But I just want to say hi to you guys because I miss you guys so much. I miss getting on here, doing the videos for you guys. And we're going to be doing some good stuff coming up here. I think my next video, I'm going to do Dorito salad. It's just like a taco salad, but you crunch up Doritos in there. So keep that in mind for our next video. You're going to need some lettuce and some tomatoes and some black beans, corn, chopped lettuce. You're going to need some ground beef. You're going to need some Doritos. So those are some of the main things you're going to need for what's coming up next. And I think that's it. I just want to get on here and say hey to you guys. Hope I'm not too close. I hope I'm not blurry. I just wanted to see you guys because I haven't seen you in a while. And I hope all is well with everyone. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please comment below if you have any comments. Or you just want to say hi, because I love when you guys do that. And I will see you on the next one when we see what Rita's cooking. See what Rita's cooking. So glad I'm feeling better. I'll see you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.